Part 2. Others. "How lucky she is," said a psychasthenic, watching a woman who was crying. "She is crying for real." The psychasthenic also cried rather often, but they weren't real tears. Her tears were a comedy, a parody. The normal man does not think he is made of glass or wood. He does not think he is a puppet or a ghost. Yet neither can he ever fully believe in his tears or his laughter. Nothing that happens to him is completely true. However long I look at myself in a mirror and tell myself my own history, I never grasp myself as a solid object. I feel within me that void which is myself. I feel that I am not. And that is why any cult of the self is truly impossible. I cannot destine myself to myself. Often in my youth, I was in despair over not having any personality, while certain classmates dazzled me with the brightness of their originality. The other easily takes on that marvelous and inaccessible character because he alone experiences for himself the void in his heart. For me, he is an object in the world, a plenitude. I, who am nothing, I believe in his being, and yet he is also something other than an object. He has the infinity of his transcendence that can constantly push back the horizon toward which it rushes. I don't know if God exists, and no experience can make him present for me. Humanity never realizes itself, but the other is there, before me, closed upon himself, open onto infinity. If I destined my actions to him, wouldn't they also take on an infinite dimension? As soon as a child has finished a drawing or a page of writing, he runs to show them to his parents. He needs their approval, as much as candy or toys. The drawing requires an eye that looks at it. These disorganized lines must become a boat or a horse for someone. So the miracle is accomplished, and the child proudly contemplates the multicolored paper. From then on there is a real boat, a real horse there. By himself, he would not have dared to put confidence in those hesitant lines. Undoubtedly, we do not try to thus change all the instants of our lives into hard diamonds. We often seek to accomplish our being without help. I walk in the country. I break off a stem. I kick a pebble. I climb a hill. All that without witnesses. But no one is satisfied with such solitude for his entire life. As soon as my walk is completed, I feel the need to tell a friend about it. King Candel wanted his wife's beauty to shine for everyone's eyes. Thoreau lived for years in the woods, alone, but upon returning, he wrote Walden. And Alain Gerbaud wrote The Flight of the Firecrest. Even Saint Teresa wrote The Interior Castle, and Saint John of the Cross, his Canticles. What, then, do we expect from others? I would be wrong to hope that others could take me far away across an endless becoming. No human act is propagated to infinity. What others create, based on me, is no longer mine. The sick person whom I cure may be hit by a bus his first time out. I do not say that my care killed him. I bring a child into the world. If he becomes a criminal, I am not an evildoer. If I claimed to assume for infinity the consequences of my actions, I could no longer want anything. I am finite. I must desire my finitude. But what I desire is to choose an end that could not be surpassed. That would truly be an end. And if the project, fixed upon itself, is not sufficient to stop me, wouldn't others have this power?